Hey everyone, welcome to The Reality Access. Here we bring you the latest 90 Day Fiancé news and exclusive updates every day. If you enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel now. 90 Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda fires back at xenophobic hate comments from viewers. 90 Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda is once again making headlines, this time not for relationship drama or explosive on-screen moments, but for boldly standing up to viewers who continue to target her with hateful and xenophobic comments on social media. Known throughout the franchise for her outspoken nature, emotional transparency, and unapologetic confidence, Jasmine has never been the type to remain silent when she feels attacked. Her latest response proves, once again, that she is drawing firm boundaries with online critics and refusing to accept disrespect. Jasmine Pineda, a Panamanian native, first entered the 90 Day Fiancé universe during 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 5. From her very first appearance, she immediately stood out among the cast, not only because of her striking beauty, expressive personality, and strong opinions, but also because of her intense, emotionally charged relationship with Michigan resident Gino Palazzolo. The couple met online, as many 90 Day Fiancé couples do, and quickly developed a long-distance relationship that felt serious almost from the beginning. Their connection eventually led Jasmine to meet Gino in person for the first time on the show, marking a major turning point in both of their lives. However, their journey was anything but smooth. From the start, viewers witnessed a relationship filled with emotional highs and crushing lows. There were trust issues, jealousy-fueled arguments, misunderstandings, and frequent emotional blow-ups. Jasmine was often labeled as too emotional or too intense, while Gino was criticized for being passive and secretive. Despite the constant tension, it was clear that both were deeply invested in the relationship. As their storyline progressed, it became increasingly obvious that Jasmine would be the one expected to make the greatest sacrifice. If the relationship were to move forward, she would need to leave her home country behind and relocate to the United States in order to marry Gino and start a new life with him. For Jasmine, this decision was heartbreaking. Before her move, Jasmine had built a comfortable and fulfilling life for herself in Panama City. She lived in a warm, tropical environment surrounded by familiar sights, food, language, and culture. Most importantly, she was close to her family, people she deeply loved and relied on emotionally. Her lifestyle in Panama reflected independence, stability, and personal pride. The idea of leaving all of that behind filled Jasmine with anxiety and sadness, emotions she openly shared on the show. Viewers watched her struggle with the reality that choosing love would mean losing daily access to her family, her culture, and the life she knew. When Jasmine eventually moved to the United States, the transition was jarring. She found herself living in Michigan, a place dramatically different from Panama in nearly every way. The cold weather was especially difficult for her, both physically and emotionally. The gray skies, snow, and isolation stood in sharp contrast to the sunny, lively atmosphere she was used to. Beyond the climate, the cultural adjustment took a serious toll. Jasmine often spoke about feeling lonely, misunderstood, and disconnected. She missed her family deeply and struggled to feel truly at home in her new environment. Unlike Panama City, where she felt confident and grounded, Michigan sometimes felt restrictive and unfamiliar. Despite all of this, Jasmine continued moving forward. She remained determined to build a future with Gino, even when the challenges felt overwhelming. Her willingness to adapt, sacrifice, and endure emotional pain for love became a defining part of her storyline. However, as with many cast members in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, Jasmine's life off-camera soon became just as intense as what viewers saw on screen. Over time, Jasmine became a frequent target of online criticism. While some viewers offered support, others crossed the line into harsh judgment, personal attacks, and outright xenophobia. Her accent, nationality, emotional expressions, and even her appearance became subjects of constant scrutiny. Recently, Jasmine took to Instagram to reveal the kind of hateful messages she has been receiving. Instead of staying silent, she shared screenshots of rude and offensive comments left on her recent posts, exposing the ongoing negativity directed at her. At the same time, Jasmine has been actively posting photos highlighting her modeling transformation and personal makeover. These posts showcase her confidence, self-expression, and pride in her evolving appearance. Many followers responded with overwhelming positivity, praising her beauty, glow-up, and bold self-love. Her posts earned massive engagement, with thousands of likes and supportive comments applauding her growth and confidence. For many followers, Jasmine's transformation symbolized empowerment and resilience after years of emotional struggle. However, not all reactions were positive. Among the comments Jasmine received were remarks questioning her motives for coming to the United States, comments laced with judgment and thinly veiled xenophobia. One follower bluntly asked her, "What did you really come here for? To transform yourself?" Rather than ignoring the comment or responding defensively, Jasmine chose to meet the negativity head-on with humor, sarcasm, and confidence. She replied simply and bluntly, "To piss off Karens." The response immediately grabbed attention. Jasmine later shared the exchange on her Instagram stories, adding a bold sticker that read, "Shut up, Karen." The message was loud, clear, and intentional. She was done tolerating disrespectful assumptions and entitled criticism. By posting the screenshot publicly, Jasmine did more than clap back at one individual. She sent a broader message about the scrutiny immigrant women, especially outspoken women of color, often face online. Her response resonated strongly with many fans who praised her for refusing to shrink herself or apologize for existing. This is not the first time Jasmine has addressed xenophobic or hateful comments. Throughout her time in the public eye, she has repeatedly spoken about the unfair treatment she receives because of her accent, nationality, and decision to move to the United States for love. Supporters argue that Jasmine is often judged far more harshly than other cast members. While some viewers criticize her emotional reactions or fiery personality, others see those same traits as honesty and authenticity. Many believe she is targeted precisely because she refuses to soften herself to meet others' expectations. Jasmine's latest response highlights a growing trend among reality TV personalities who are no longer willing to silently endure online abuse. Instead, they're reclaiming their narratives, calling out harmful behavior, and demanding respect. Following her post, fans flooded Jasmine's comments with messages of support. Many applauded her humor, strength, and refusal to tolerate disrespect. Others pointed out that she has every right to transform herself, grow, and evolve, regardless of where she comes from or why she moved. Some fans also noted that the question itself, "What did you really come here for?" reveals a deeper societal issue. It implies that immigrants must constantly justify their presence, intentions, and worth. Jasmine's sarcastic response flipped that narrative and exposed the entitlements behind the question. Despite continued criticism, Jasmine has made one thing clear: she will not be silenced. She refuses to be reduced by hateful commentary and instead chooses to embrace her individuality, celebrate her transformation, and live life on her own terms. As a 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 star, Jasmine Pineda remains one of the franchise's most talked-about personalities. Whether viewers admire her or criticize her, she consistently commands attention and sparks conversation. Her willingness to confront xenophobia publicly has opened dialogue among fans and highlighted the darker side of reality television fame. At the same time, it has strengthened her bond with supporters who admire her courage, authenticity, and refusal to back down. In the ever-intense world of 90 Day Fiancé, Jasmine Pineda continues to stand out, not just for her dramatic love story with Gino Palazzolo, but for her fierce resistance to disrespect and prejudice. 90 Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda is once again at the center of online attention. But this time, the spotlight is not on relationship drama or heated moments from the show. Instead, Jasmine is making waves for firmly calling out viewers who continue to target her with hateful and xenophobic remarks across social media platforms. Well known for her bold personality, emotional openness, and unfiltered confidence, Jasmine has never been one to quietly tolerate disrespect. Her most recent response sends a clear message that she is done allowing online critics to cross boundaries. Jasmine Pineda, who was born and raised in Panama, first became familiar to fans during 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 5. From her debut episode, she immediately captured attention. Viewers noticed her not only for her striking appearance and expressive communication style, but also for the intense and emotionally complex relationship she shared with Michigan native Gino Palacios. Like many couples in the 90 Day Fiancé universe, Jasmine and Gino's relationship began online. What started as virtual conversations quickly grew into a serious long-distance romance. Their bond eventually led to Jasmine traveling to meet Gino face-to-face for the first time, a moment that marked a major shift in both of their lives. However, from the very beginning, it was clear that their relationship would not follow an easy or predictable path. Audiences watched as Jasmine and Gino navigated extreme emotional ups and downs. Their storylines were filled with trust concerns, jealousy-driven conflicts, miscommunication, and frequent arguments. Jasmine was often criticized by viewers for being too emotional or overly intense, while Gino faced backlash for appearing distant, passive, or secretive. Despite the ongoing tension, one thing was undeniable. Both partners were deeply invested and unwilling to walk away. As their relationship developed, it became increasingly obvious that Jasmine would be required to make the most significant sacrifice. In order for their future together to move forward, she would need to leave Panama behind and relocate to the United States to marry Gino and begin a completely new chapter of her life. For Jasmine, this decision was emotionally devastating. Before moving, Jasmine had established a stable and fulfilling life in Panama City. She lived in a warm climate, surrounded by familiar food, language, traditions, and cultural comforts. Most importantly, she was close to her family, people she loved deeply and relied on for emotional support. Her life in Panama represented independence, security, and a strong sense of identity. The thought of leaving everything she knew behind caused Jasmine visible emotional distress, something she openly expressed on the show. Viewers watched her wrestle with the reality that choosing love meant giving up daily contact with her family and the environment where she felt most like herself. When Jasmine eventually arrived in the United States, the contrast was overwhelming. She found herself living in Michigan, a place vastly different from Panama in nearly every aspect. The cold climate was particularly difficult for her. Snow, gray skies, and freezing temperatures replaced the sunshine and warmth she had always known, creating both physical discomfort and emotional strain. Beyond the weather, cultural adjustment proved equally challenging. Jasmine frequently spoke about feeling isolated, misunderstood, and emotionally disconnected. She missed her family intensely and struggled to find a sense of belonging in her new surroundings. Where Panama City had given her confidence and freedom, Michigan often felt restrictive and unfamiliar. Even so, Jasmine pushed forward. She remained committed to building a future with Gino, despite the emotional toll. Her willingness to adapt, endure discomfort, and sacrifice for love became a defining aspect of her journey within the franchise. However, much like many 90 Day Fiancé cast members, Jasmine soon discovered that public exposure came with a darker side. Off-camera, she became a regular target of online criticism. While some viewers supported her, others directed harsh judgment toward her, crossing the line into personal attacks and xenophobic rhetoric. Her accent, nationality, emotional responses, and physical appearance were frequently scrutinized. Over time, these comments escalated, creating a pattern of negativity that Jasmine could no longer ignore. Recently, Jasmine addressed this behavior directly by sharing screenshots of hateful messages she had received on Instagram. Instead of remaining silent, she chose to publicly expose the type of comments being directed at her, highlighting the ongoing hostility she faces online. At the same time, Jasmine has been posting photos reflecting her modeling transformation and personal makeover. These images celebrate her confidence, self-expression, and pride in her evolving appearance. Many followers responded with enthusiasm, praising her beauty, glow-up, and unapologetic self-love. Her posts received significant engagement, with thousands of likes and encouraging comments. To many fans, Jasmine's transformation represented resilience, empowerment, and personal growth after years of emotional hardship. Still, not every response was supportive. Among the comments were messages questioning Jasmine's reasons for coming to the United States, remarks steeped in judgment and subtle xenophobia. One follower bluntly asked, "What did you really come here for? To transform yourself?" Rather than ignoring the remark or responding with defensiveness, Jasmine chose to confront it with sarcasm and confidence. Her response was short and direct: to piss off Karens. The reply immediately drew attention. Jasmine later reposted the exchange to her Instagram stories, adding a bold sticker that read, "Shut up, Karen." The message was unmistakable. She was no longer willing to entertain disrespectful assumptions or entitled opinions. By sharing the screenshot publicly, Jasmine wasn't just clapping back at a single commenter. She was calling attention to a broader issue: the constant scrutiny immigrant women, particularly outspoken women of color, face online. Her response resonated with many fans who praised her for standing firm and refusing to apologize for her existence. This was not the first time Jasmine had addressed xenophobic or hateful commentary. Throughout her time in the public eye, she has spoken openly about being judged for her accent, nationality, and decision to move to the United States for love. Supporters argue that Jasmine is often held to a harsher standard than other cast members. While some viewers criticize her emotional intensity, others see authenticity and honesty. Many believe she is targeted precisely because she refuses to dilute her personality to make others comfortable. Jasmine's latest response reflects a growing shift among reality television personalities who are no longer willing to silently accept online abuse. Instead, they're reclaiming control of their narratives and openly calling out harmful behavior. After her post, fans flooded her comments with messages of encouragement. Many praised her strength, humor, and refusal to tolerate disrespect. Others emphasized that she has every right to change, grow, and transform, regardless of her background or motives. Some fans also pointed out that the question, "What did you really come here for?" exposes a deeper societal problem, suggesting immigrants must justify their presence. Jasmine's sarcastic response dismantled that assumption and highlighted the entitlement behind it. Despite continued criticism, Jasmine has made one thing very clear: she will not be silenced. She refuses to be defined by hateful commentary, and instead chooses to embrace her individuality, celebrate her growth, and live authentically. As a 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 star, Jasmine Pineda remains one of the franchise's most talked about figures. Whether viewers support her or criticize her, she consistently commands attention and sparks conversation. Her decision to confront xenophobia openly has not only exposed the darker side of reality TV fame, but has also strengthened her bond with fans who admire her courage, honesty, and refusal to back down. 90 Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda is back to slamming viewers who attack her with xenophobic comments on social media. The Panamanian resident was first seen in 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 5. Jasmine had met Michigan resident Gino Palazzolo online and was meeting him in person on the show. As it became clear that Jasmine was going to have to move to America to marry Gino, she dreaded leaving her family behind. The 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 star lived a comfortable life in sunny Panama City, but had to live in the cold Michigan, which she didn't like at all. Jasmine shared screenshots of some rude comments she's been receiving on her recent Instagram posts. Jasmine has been posting photos of her modeling makeover and is earning massive praise. One of her followers asked Jasmine, "What did you really come here for? To transform yourself?" Jasmine replied, "To piss off Karens." However, one of her followers asked Jasmine, "What did you really come here for? To transform yourself?" Jasmine decided to respond to the person in a snarky manner to match their energy. She wrote, "To piss off Karens." Jasmine added the sticker, "Shut up, Karen," before posting the screenshot on her Instagram stories.